Yo, what is up, guys? It's your boy Jelson here, and today we're back with a brand new NBA video. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the legend that is Jaylen Nowell with the Minnesota Timberwolves. And if you guys do not know who Jaylen Nowell is, we will actually be hopping right into that right now. Jaylen Nowell was born July 9th, 1999, and little do we know that he'd become a Timberwolves legend in the preseason this year. I mean, who would have thought that it's so specific that it's just the preseason? But he does have the ability to be a better player when it comes to the regular season. And he's shown this. He showed it last year and he showed it his rookie year in the G League. And before we get into his actual NBA stats, I wanted to bring up his college stats, his high school stats, and all of that. He's from Seattle, Washington. He actually attended Garfield High School, where he averaged 20.5 points per game, 3.3 assists, and 1.8 steals per game. So in high school, he was not a bad defender by any means. So don't get it wrong, like he's just one of the scoring point guards that you see in pretty much every high school program these days, it feels like. But then he eventually did commit to the University of Washington, which makes sense considering he is from Seattle. And he averaged 16.1 points per game and 47% from the field in his 2 years there in college. He was the 2018-19 Pac-12 Player of the Year, and he was also a Pac-12 All-Freshman in the 2017-18 season. Leading on from there, he was drafted 43rd overall by the Minnesota Timberwolves in the 2019 draft, and he did play majority of his rookie year in the G League and averaged 21 points per game on nearly 50% shooting from the field. That's crazy. 50% shooting from the field for a rookie? You guys don't understand how crazy that is. I mean, I know some of you do, but some of you don't, man, because that's crazy. 50% nearly, man, for a point guard, that's absolutely insane. But he eventually did go on to play 42 games the next year, which was last year technically, with the Timberwolves, and he averaged 9 points per game on 42% shooting from the field. So it's not even like he had a giant drop off in percentage wise going from the G League to the NBA when it goes to full scale. He eventually did play a lot more minutes than really what was expected because Malik Beasley was eventually suspended and injured, so he ended up having to play a big role for this team. And did he disappoint is the question? No, he did not. This man stepped into that role off the bench and really filled the shoes that we needed when it came to a scorer off the bench. And I'm really excited for what Jaylen Nowell has to prove in the future. And obviously, this is just through his, so far in his career. And he has so much more to prove. And he has so much more time in the NBA, hopefully. And hopefully it's all with the Timberwolves, man, because I feel like this man has genuine Sixth Man of the Year potential. And we've seen this, especially in this preseason, with his second game against the Nuggets in overtime. Man was an absolute bucket. And not even just that, he had an absolutely clutch 4-point play at the end of the fourth quarter to take us to overtime. And he also ended up getting a wide open dunk that was officially the overtime ceiling thing. And then in overtime, he made two massive clutch turnaround jumpers on Bol, a massive man, to win the game for us. And I was at the bowling alley actually, and I was like, okay, this is a lost cause because we were kind of down by a lot in the first quarter. And by the end of the game, I was sitting in my chair at the bowling alley. I've been there for 3 hours at the point, and realizing that, man, this really is a game. And it's not just because of our starters, it's because of our bench and the guys that don't get as much playing time and not as much media attention, that they're the only reason we were in that game, because they were proving to be effective, especially in the late game situation. Albeit, they're playing against the second, third, fourth stringers of the Nuggets at the point, but still, what are you supposed to do? Not win against that, point at that defense and that offense that they're putting out there? What are you supposed to do? Just give up because that's their third and fourth stringers? No, you're supposed to produce, and you're supposed to continue to show off, your ability and your skill. And they did that. They didn't disappoint, in my opinion. Obviously everyone has a different opinion on what the players ended up doing, and especially, Landry Balmero, Jaylen Nowell, those type of guys. Those guys, each person has their different perspective on what they provide to the team. And Jaylen Nowell proved that he really is that bucket getter that we need. And he's not a terrible defender. Obviously, he's a little smaller, not quite as athletic as you would like for a NBA player. and an NBA defender especially, but he's doing what he can with his skill set and his, pure athleticism that he was born with, because he can't change that. He knows it. But what he's going to do is come in there. He's going to provide you a bucket, like I've said like 10 different times in this video. And what he's going to do is he's going to try his butt off every single possession. He's never given up. He has a new nickname now, Jaylen Nowell, because he's not going to give up an extra bucket, an easy bucket. He's actually going to give your team that bucket that you need. So there's going to be no L when he's on that court, especially in the NBA. High school, you're like a little lenient because, they're high school players, they're teenagers still getting into the rhythm of things. They're not quite adults yet. And then same thing with college. You're kind of getting there. And then the NBA, he stepped up, showed in the G League that he really could do it. And as a Timberwolves fan that was kind of influenced by the pure assets that we got through late round picks and undrafted free agents, I was super impressed with Jaylen Nowell. Obviously, Naz Reid was in there also, one of those undrafted guys that came in and is providing big minutes now. And Jaylen Nowell is proving to be another one of those guys that Gerson Rosas, dug out, if you want to say diamond in the rough, man. Great guy that we love to see. Fortunately, Gerson Rosas is out, but we can only hope for better things. And I think the best thing that's going to happen right now is Jaylen Nowell is going to become a 6th man of the year contender. That is my big prediction here. Jaylen Nowell is going to be a 6th man of the year contender when it comes down to it. And I'm not saying this year, but I'm saying in the future he could be a contender for 6th man of the year. And if anything, if he's not that, then he becomes a bucket off the bench, 6th, 7th, 8th man type of role, a guy that can come in and give you a bucket or two in a couple minutes of the game, if they're not going to be giving them that many minutes. So we'll see what happens. I have high hopes for Jaylen Nowell, and I'm telling you guys, you should too. If you guys did enjoy this video, remember to like, subscribe. It's been your boy Jelson. New videos dropping very, very often. Haven't really gotten a full upload schedule back up since I've been coming back to YouTube, but that will be eventually coming back, and I'll let you guys know my upload schedule once I figure that out. Anyway, guys, if you guys did enjoy the video, remember to like, subscribe. It's been your boy Jelson. Peace out.